On this Sunday's upcoming Sunday matinee, I'm going to be talking about the prevalence of people not paying for music anymore. A lot of free music out there. Musicians aren't compensated. How is that affecting everything to do with music? Uh, in the run up to that, the next couple of days, I'm going to put up some interviews that I've done recently with musicians to get their thoughts on this. And the first is Jason Miles, who's a keyboardist, a synthesist, a programmer, a producer, a musician, a very talented guy. Worked with Miles Davis, Luther Vandross, many, many people. Okay, here we go with Jason Miles.
For the first time in my life, I got a notice from a record company saying that they're very sorry that they missed it, but I'm one of the first artists that they've dealt with that they actually owe royalties to. The other day, 2 weeks ago, I got money deposited in my account by the label because I had recouped my advance, and now I'm in the black. And
Okay.
hopefully it'll be like this for a while. But the whole thing is, it was always impossible to go and create a profit because they were always going and doing bookkeeping manipulations by making it so you're never recouped. There's been returns. There's been this. We're deducting for this. Oh, that promotional thing, that's deducting over there. Back in the day, people always got confused that when like the limo showed up and it was a great meal happening and all this stuff, they never realized that they were the ones paying for it. With the labels, it was always like, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. And just by knowing how the way they operated and everything, at least gave you a chance to get into a game plan or work with the right people that could help you and everything like that. Now it's the freaking Wild West. It's all about your metadata. It's all about this. And let's face it, the reality is that on the other side, unless you're a serious content owner, you're not going to make money on the streaming. But the whole thing is, most of us do not get good checks. And the ones that we were getting good checks, now we're not getting good checks. So we've been able to be the generation that saw the difference happening. We never came into it with well, I'm not making any money, but nobody's making any money. Nobody ever makes any money. Anybody? No, you're wrong. We used to make money. We used to make real money from this, and so when I got a BMI check, when I get a BMI check, and I'm not trying to say that I made tons of money or everything, but I get a BMI check. How much was it? Hey, $1,200. Wow, man. Okay, I got a BMI check for $1,200. That's good. Well, my BMI check was $900, whatever. It wasn't $75 every quarter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With 001 for 2,000 spins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. We had a chance to go and songwriters. Where are the songwriters? There are no songwriters because songwriters can't make any money. Now you're writing a song with 12 people. In a few ways. One is licensing. That's the big game right now. Can you get your stuff licensed? You know what I mean? And there's all these things. But some of the licenses are not the same either. They're not as big as they were. Look, the big guys are always going to make big money. There's always going to be 1% and 2% in every business that no matter what happens, these guys are going to make a lot of money. But you're out on the road. You're not making any money on the road. But I tell you, the Dave Matthews Band, God bless them. They're freaking great and I love them. But, they don't have to worry about money. They're making plenty. Why? They were out on the road for 30 years, of course, doing it. You know what I mean? But, but the reality is, unless you're going to go out there and really commit yourself to going out there and selling your product and creating a program for yourself. And I mean, like a program, this is how I do my sales. This is how I do this. I have a Square. I have this. I can take credit cards. I can do all this. Unless your business is not set up right, you're not going to make the money. It has to be all working together these days. Because why would anybody pay for anything when they can get it for free, especially when it's very high quality? Oh, excuse me. Let's see the Beatles albums I have. Listen, I only spent about $1,000 or $1,500 on all my Beatles stuff and everything like that. What am I going to do that for now? I get the Beatles for freaking $20 and $15 a month or whatever on Apple Music and everything. Well, by the way, with the Beatles, I get the Rolling Stones, the Who, Led Zeppelin, everybody else. And the people still complain that they have to pay a subscription price. They have not been taught that music has a value, and that starts early on in life. It starts early on in life when you don't believe that music has a value, because you know why? Because it's so easy to make these days, and the music that the kids are interested in is not the music that's difficult to do. You just got to have the right formula and understand how to get it. And the bottom line is, you got a few bucks, you buy a laptop, you get GarageBand or everything, and you're ready to go without spending any money. And you can make songs in your bedroom. And that's the whole thing else, the bedroom producer. That is the bedroom producer. It's actually a freaking thing. And one day there's going to be a Grammy category for bedroom producer. The new music that comes out now is very disposable. So they don't feel like they have to own it. When we were growing up and that album got done, what did I do? I turned it over and put it back on again. I mean, that's what we did. So owning the music was like, it's here, it's mine, I have it. Now to own the music is like big freaking deal. You have to be really well versed in many different things. You have to also know to read. And the one thing that I do encourage musicians, that if you're starting out as a musician, you have to think about what kind of a musician is going to be the one that's going to be able to make a living.